Okay, here we are in our electrical power project set of videos here in our Revit 2017. And as I've mentioned in all the other MEP and electrical, we should always have a look at our system. And under electrical, we're going to see some specific settings, some global settings for wires, okay, wire sizes, okay, conduction factors, distribution systems, okay. This all has to be predetermined, voltage definitions inside of here, and same, some properties with conduit and some general information in here, symbology and stuff you're going to see. So electrical settings, you should go through these settings, little tick marks and stuff like that, symbology, some voltages and numbers. Big one here, of course, is the distribution system and how you configure that. Or else when you connect stuff, it's just not going to accept it. So electrical settings all have to be done, as I say in the beginning of all of our different MEP series. So we have an area down in here. We're in our Power 01 lesson plan. We're going to zoom in and just add some outlets in here. We've got an electrical room over here. Okay, we've got our main transformer. We've got a switch. We've got some conduit going upstairs, and we've got a main distribution panel here, and we've got some other lighting panels and a small transformer over here. Okay, you can see there's some labels on here. So we're in our power floor plan, which is optimized to be showing electrical stuff, power stuff. It's not showing lighting. It's not showing HVAC. And the discipline of the view is electrical, which is why the architectural stuff is kind of gray in the background. So we're just going to add some outlets in there. And if we go to electrical, we'll see we have some devices. But I always encourage people to go down, have a look inside of here. Under electrical fixtures, we've got a duplex, we've got a GFI and a standard. And here we've got a quadruplex for a bigger outlet. So we can start by adding some standard ones. I can drag them right in here from the browser, or I can go up into here and I can say electrical fixture. It's going to look at the last one that was installed, and again, we can pick them off of here. I'll just go with the standard one. And all I'm going to do here is kind of work my way around the room. There's nothing really complex. We have to know the code as far as distance between outlets and stuff. And if you get one in, you can use your space bar to rotate that. And that one went in off of the grid line, actually. Zoom in a little closer. There we go. I'll come back and get that guy. So all I'm doing here is populating the rooms with some outlets. And they are face hosted. You can see I'm saying place on vertical face. So you would want to have opened up this family ahead of time, as I always say. Have a look and see how it's hosted. Is it wall hosted, or is it face hosted, or is it ceiling hosted? Different hosting options, as I've talked about in other lessons. Okay, electrical stuff is tricky. It's got to stick to everything. Some families have to be able to go on any surface, and that comes in handy when we use face-based. So we don't have to necessarily stick it to a wall. We can stick it to any face, and in this case, place on vertical face. Really nice for when we're laying out our outlets in a plan view here. And then maybe a couple in the corridor. Panning along, and there's one there picking that up. Escape. Now, if you pick on here, you'll notice that it does give you an elevation about 14 inches off the ground, and if you off the floor. And if you do a section through here, you'll see these guys. And electrical families are interesting because they show up as symbols here, but if you do a section or 3D view, you'll notice that it actually is a little electrical 3D box. If you want to click on here and have a quick look, we go into Edit Family. And inside of there, you'll see that there's 3D aspects and there's also 2D aspects. So there's that outlet box. If we say shaded mode, okay, we can see that it's embedded behind the surface, right? But if we go to, say, a floor plan view of that, we're going to see the symbolic version as well. So we can see there's the symbol, which is a nested annotation family because it has to scale. Okay, and then there's the physical actual box itself. Okay, so that electrical families are really probably the more complicated, in fact, than all other families. Although they seem small and insignificant, they actually are probably the most intelligent, with 2 and 3 level nested families inside of there to get that to do what you want. So there's our outlets, power outlets laid out in our wing, vertically hosted on the wall bases.